I want to touch on now individualism and how sport in this country sort of quashes it in a way. Do you think that tall poppy syndrome is actually directly linked to sport? Because sport is based on pack mentality, and in order to achieve success, the pack has to be on the same page.
I don't think tall poppy syndrome is restricted to sport. Certainly there are tall poppies in sport, and,
What about Quade Cooper? Quade Cooper came out and told the truth and said, what do you think of the situation at the Wallabies? He said it's a toxic environment. He finds himself out of the squad. He can't even make the squad that was announced, I think, a day or so ago, right? Is that fair?
Look, I am a veteran myself of taking on Wallaby coaches when I was in the team. So my coach was Alan Jones. So I took him on on a couple of issues. Most particularly, the one I'm proudest of was the apartheid. Breaking sanctions to go to South Africa.
And what was his view on that?
He was very much in favour of the Wallabies going to South Africa. I was very much against it, and I'm proud that that's on my record. But look, with Alan Jones, to a certain extent, you pick your mark. I wouldn't say I took him on, but I certainly made my views known. Now, he wins today. He's there for 5 years. It was the 6th year before I got back into the Wallabies.
Well, there you go. So there's a comparison there to what Quade Cooper's going through at the moment.
There is no way known that if he thought that Quade Cooper was the best 5/8 for the job, Quade Cooper wouldn't be in the team. Now, I watched the Lions play the Reds last Saturday night, and I tweeted, I said it, that Quade Cooper makes my heart flutter every time he gets the ball. Not always in a good way. He's an exciting player. You don't know what he's going to do, but I think the stats show, and I'm not much of a stats man, but the stats basically show that at provincial level, playing for the Reds, he's the best in the business. At the next level up, he's not the best in the business.
But then again, aren't they picking the squad based on what you're playing and how you're playing at the provincial level?
They're picking the squad that they think will win. So if Robbie thought that he was the best, that Quade Cooper was the best guy for the job, the toxic culture quote would be neither here nor there. He could have said that 10 times. If Robbie thought that with Quade Cooper they're more likely to win, he would be there.
Okay. Do you teach your children to speak out when something's not right?
Yeah.
Hasn't Quade Cooper done the same thing?
There is a time and there is a place. In my time, in my 5 minutes in the Wallabies, there were times, and New South Wales teams and various teams, there are times that I'm unhappy with what was going on. And what did I do? I spoke about it. But who did I speak to? I spoke to the captain, I spoke to the coach, I spoke to the other team members. I said, I don't think this is going the right way, let's do it like this. But I was a journalist at the Sydney Morning Herald at the time. Had I written in my column, Bob Dyer's got no clue. He's got no idea, and he's established a toxic culture. A, it wouldn't change that culture. It wouldn't do anything. B, it's just not the time and the place to do that.
Peter Fitzsimons, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me at my place.